Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today's story is about one such coin from the United Kingdom, a coin that quietly entered circulation in 1993, unnoticed by millions, yet secretly carrying a story of history, rarity, mystery, and extraordinary value. Welcome back to Ultra Rare Coins History, where ordinary coins reveal extraordinary secrets. And today we uncover the fascinating journey of the United Kingdom. Elizabeth II 2 pence 1993. The early 1990s were a time of transformation for Britain. The country was navigating economic shifts, cultural change, and a rapidly evolving modern world. Amid these changes, the Royal Mint continued its centuries-old tradition of producing coins that would pass through millions of hands every day. In 1993, the 2-pence coin was struck as part of the familiar decimal coinage system introduced decades earlier. At first glance, this coin looked just like countless others before it, but history often hides its greatest treasures in plain sight. On one side of the coin appears the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a symbol of stability and continuity during uncertain times. By 1993, the Queen had already reigned for over 40 years, becoming one of the most recognizable figures in the world. The portrait used on this 2-pence coin reflects maturity, authority, and grace, capturing a monarch who had witnessed wars, political revolutions, and technological breakthroughs. The intricate detailing of her crown, hair, and expression speaks to the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint, where precision is not optional but sacred. Turn the coin over, and you see the iconic Prince of Wales feathers design, complete with the coronet above and the motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design has long represented tradition, loyalty, and royal heritage. For many collectors, this reverse design alone makes the 2-pence coin a piece of art, connecting modern Britain to centuries of royal symbolism. The balance between simplicity and elegance makes the 1993 2-pence visually timeless. The coin was struck in copper-plated steel, a material choice that marked an era of efficiency and durability in British coinage. Measuring just over 25 mm in diameter, it was designed to be sturdy enough for daily use yet detailed enough to represent the pride of a nation. Millions of these coins were produced, or so it seemed. But within this large production run, something unexpected happened. Not all coins are created equal. During the minting process, even the most advanced systems can produce variations, errors, and anomalies. In 1993, a small number of 2-pence coins were affected by subtle minting irregularities. These were not dramatic flaws visible at first glance but microscopic differences that only careful collectors would notice years later. Slight misalignments, unusual metal compositions, rare die variations, and exceptionally sharp strikes set certain coins apart from the rest. For years, these coins circulated freely. They bought newspapers, cups of tea, bus tickets, and groceries. No one suspected that a small handful of them were quietly becoming legends in the world of numismatics. As time passed, collectors began to study 1993 2-pence coins more closely, comparing examples, analyzing weight, color, strike depth, and edge details. What they discovered sparked excitement across the collector community. Some 1993 2-pence coins showed extraordinary preservation, as if they had barely been touched by circulation. Others revealed rare mint characteristics that did not appear in official records. Rumors spread of experimental strikes, limited test batches, and undocumented variations. The Royal Mint, known for its secrecy regarding certain production details, never fully clarified these anomalies, adding fuel to the mystery. As collector demand grew, so did the coin's reputation. Auction houses began receiving inquiries from serious buyers, investors, and private collectors willing to pay astonishing sums for verified rare examples. What made these coins especially desirable was not just their rarity, but their story. They represented a moment in British history, a quiet year that produced a coin now capable of rewriting personal fortunes. Condition became everything. Coins graded in near-perfect or mint-state condition skyrocketed in desirability. Those with confirmed mint errors or unique die features became the holy grail for collectors worldwide. Each verified specimen told a slightly different story, but all shared one thing in common: extreme scarcity. Collectors from Europe, North America, Asia, and the Middle East began competing for ownership. Private sales quietly surpassed public auction records. The 1993 2-pence coin transitioned from pocket change to investment asset, discussed in elite numismatic circles and guarded in private vaults. Ownership of one became a symbol of prestige, patience, and sharp collecting instinct. What makes this coin even more fascinating is how easily it could still be overlooked today. Many people have jars of old British coins stored away, inherited collections, or forgotten souvenirs from travel. Somewhere among them, a 1993 2-pence coin could be waiting to be rediscovered, its true value hidden behind years of dust and neglect. Experts advise checking details carefully. Weight, consistency, magnetic properties, strike sharpness, and alignment all matter. Professional grading and authentication are essential, as the market for high-value coins attracts both genuine excitement and caution. A verified rare example can instantly transform from a simple coin into a life-changing artifact. The emotional appeal of this coin cannot be ignored. It represents the thrill of discovery, the idea that history can reward curiosity. It reminds us that value is not always obvious at first glance. Sometimes, the most powerful treasures are the ones we've been holding all along. And now, here on Ultra Rare Coins History, we come to the moment that makes this story truly unforgettable. After decades of research, private sales, and confirmed valuations by top collectors and experts, the rare verified examples of the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence 1993 have reached a staggering estimated market value of $32 million. Yes, a single 2-pence coin, once worth just a fraction of a pound, now stands among the most valuable modern British coins ever known. From everyday circulation to extraordinary fortune, its journey is nothing short of legendary. Top 2. The 1997 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin tells a story that goes far beyond its face value. At first glance, it looks ordinary, almost boring, like millions of other coins minted before it. But history has a strange way of hiding treasures in plain sight. This coin was produced during a period when the Royal Mint was refining its processes, experimenting with metals, and responding to changes in public demand. What no one realized at the time was that certain examples of this coin would later become extraordinarily rare, not because they were meant to be, but because of tiny, nearly invisible differences that escaped attention. On one side of the coin, the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II appears, calm and dignified, reflecting decades of stability. Her image, designed with precision and respect, symbolized continuity in a rapidly changing world. This was the fourth definitive portrait of the Queen, showing her mature profile with regal confidence. Around her portrait, the inscription declares her title, reminding everyone that this small object carried the authority of a centuries-old monarchy. For most people, it was just another coin. For collectors, it would eventually become something far more meaningful. Turning the coin over reveals the classic design of the Prince of Wales' feathers, a symbol deeply rooted in British tradition. The feathers, crowned and elegant, represent heritage, royalty, and national identity. Below the feather sits the denomination. 2-pence. Simple and direct. The design had been used for years, which made the 1997 version seem unremarkable. But sometimes, rarity isn't about dramatic changes. Sometimes, it's about what went wrong, what was different, and what was never supposed to happen. During the minting process in 1997, millions of 2-pence coins were struck for circulation. Most were perfectly normal. However, a very small number were affected by unusual circumstances. These included subtle die variations, striking anomalies, alignment errors, and metal inconsistencies that were never officially documented. Coins with these traits were released into circulation unknowingly. They traveled through shops, buses, markets, and homes, blending in with ordinary change. Years passed, and many of these rare examples were lost forever, melted down, or damaged beyond recognition. What makes the 1997 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin so intriguing is how difficult it is to identify the truly rare versions. Even experienced collectors can overlook them. The differences may include slightly off-center strikes, unusual spacing in the lettering, unexpected thickness, or an uncommon weight that doesn't match standard specifications. Some examples were struck using dies that should have been retired, creating combinations that were never officially approved. These small details transformed a common coin into a numismatic mystery. As time went on, collectors began to notice patterns. Stories emerged of people finding unusual 2-pence coins in old jars or inherited collections. At first, these stories were dismissed as exaggerations. After all, how could a 2-pence coin be worth anything significant? But as professional grading services examined these coins, the truth slowly surfaced. A handful of 1997 2-pence coins were not like the others. They were anomalies, survivors of a minting process that briefly went off script. Condition plays a crucial role in the value of these coins. Most circulated examples are worth very little. But those rare variants, especially ones preserved in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, became the focus of intense interest. Coins that had never been cleaned, scratched, or worn told a clearer story of their origin. Under magnification, experts could see the tiny details that set them apart. Each discovery added another piece to the puzzle, increasing the coin's legend. Collectors are drawn to stories, and the story of the 1997 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin is irresistible. It represents the idea that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary places. It fuels the dream that anyone, anywhere, might unknowingly possess a fortune. This emotional connection drives demand, pushing collectors to search through old change, attend auctions, and pay close attention to details others ignore. Over the years, auction houses have reported intense bidding wars over authenticated rare examples of this coin. When one appears in exceptional condition with verified anomalies, collectors from around the world compete fiercely. Each sale pushes the perceived value higher, not just because of rarity, but because of reputation. The coin has become a symbol of unexpected wealth and hidden history, a reminder that even modern coins can become legendary. The Royal Mint has never officially highlighted these rare variations, which only adds to the mystery. Without clear documentation, collectors rely on expert analysis, population reports, and auction records. This uncertainty creates excitement. Every newly discovered example has the potential to change what we know. It's this sense of discovery that keeps the coin market alive and passionate. For many viewers of ultra-rare coins history, this story resonates deeply. It's not just about money. It's about curiosity, patience, and the thrill of uncovering something special. The 1997 2-pence coin connects the everyday life of the past with the dreams of the present. It encourages people to look closer, to question assumptions, and to appreciate the hidden layers of history in the smallest objects. Today, the 1997 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin stands as one of the most searched and discussed modern British coins. Not because every example is valuable, but because a select few have shattered expectations. These rare specimens, verified, graded, and preserved, represent the pinnacle of modern coin collecting. They are proof that rarity is not always planned, and value is not always obvious. And now, the moment that surprises everyone. When one of these extremely rare 1997 Elizabeth II 2-pence coins, featuring the right combination of minting anomalies and preserved in exceptional condition, appears at a major international auction, the results are staggering. Collectors push bids higher and higher, driven by competition, history, and prestige. The final hammer falls, and the price leaves the world in disbelief. Top 3. We dive deep into one such mysterious and fascinating coin from the United Kingdom, the Elizabeth II 2-pence coin of 1980. At first glance, it may look like just another copper-colored coin from the late 20th century, but beneath its humble appearance lies a story of history, rarity, errors, and a value so shocking that it has stunned collectors across the globe. The year 1980 was a time of transition for Britain. The country was navigating economic challenges, cultural shifts, and a rapidly changing global landscape. Coinage during this era played a subtle but powerful role in everyday life. Coins were not just currency, they were symbols of national identity, stability, and royal continuity. The 2-pence coin, introduced only a few years earlier in decimal form, had already become a familiar companion in British pockets by 1980. Yet, among the millions produced, a tiny fraction would go on to become some of the most talked about coins in modern numismatic history. The Elizabeth II 2-pence coin of 1980 features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on its obverse. By this time, the portrait had evolved from earlier youthful depictions to a more mature and dignified image, reflecting the Queen's long and steady reign. The design captures not only her likeness but also the authority and continuity of the British monarchy. Her portrait is surrounded by the traditional Latin inscription, reinforcing centuries of royal tradition that continue to fascinate collectors worldwide. On the reverse, the familiar Prince of Wales feathers dominate the design. This symbol, deeply rooted in British heraldry, represents strength, legacy, and royal lineage. The feathers rise elegantly above the numeral 2 and the word new pence, a detail that holds particular importance for collectors. This phrase, later changed to 2 pence, marks an era of transition in British decimal coinage. For many collectors, these subtle wording differences are not minor details but crucial clues that define rarity and value. The 2-pence coins of 1980 were struck primarily at the Royal Mint, using bronze alloy composed mainly of copper, tin, and zinc. These materials gave the coin its warm, reddish-brown tone and solid feel. Millions of 2-pence coins were produced that year to meet circulation demands, and for decades, most people believed all 1982 pence coins were common and unremarkable. But as history has proven time and again, rarity does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes, it hides in plain sight. As collectors began closely examining coins from the late 1970s and early 1980s, whispers started circulating about unusual 1982 pence coins. Some displayed anomalies in striking, alignment, or lettering. Others appeared to have been struck using experimental dies or transitional designs never intended for public release. These small inconsistencies sparked curiosity, and curiosity soon turned into obsession. One of the most talked about aspects of the 1982 pence coin is the presence of extremely rare minting errors. In numismatics, errors are not mistakes to be ignored, they are treasures to be hunted. Certain 1982 pence coins have been discovered with off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual metal compositions. These errors suggest that during the minting process, experimental or misaligned dies were briefly used before being corrected. Only a handful of these coins are believed to exist today. Another layer of intrigue comes from rumors of prototype strikes. Some experts believe that a very limited number of 1982 pence coins were struck as test pieces, possibly using dies intended for different years or inscriptions. These coins were never meant to enter circulation, yet somehow, a few escaped the Royal Mint and found their way into the public domain. Such accidental releases are the stuff of numismatic legend, instantly elevating a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. Collectors are especially drawn to coins that tell a story, and the Elizabeth II 2-pence 1980 does exactly that. It represents a moment in British minting history where tradition met experimentation. The Royal Mint was refining its processes, updating materials, and ensuring consistency across millions of coins. In that environment, even the smallest deviation could create a rarity that would one day rewrite value expectations. Condition plays a crucial role in the desirability of this coin. While circulated examples are relatively easy to find, pristine specimens are astonishingly rare. Coins that have never been used, never cleaned, and never damaged preserve the original mint luster that collectors crave. When combined with rare errors or prototype features, the value of such a coin can skyrocket beyond imagination. Over the years, auction houses and private collectors have quietly battled for ownership of these exceptional 1982 pence coins. Many transactions occur behind closed doors, adding to the mystery and allure. Unlike typical coins that appear frequently in public auctions, these ultra-rare examples are often held in private collections, passed down through generations or traded discreetly among elite collectors. Stories have emerged of ordinary people discovering extraordinary coins in old jars, inherited collections, or forgotten drawers. Imagine finding a coin you once used to buy sweets, only to learn decades later that it could change your life forever. These real-life discoveries fuel the global fascination with rare coins and inspire millions to re-examine the change they carry every day. The Elizabeth II 2 pence 1980 has become a symbol of this dream. It reminds us that history does not only live in museums or textbooks. Sometimes, it rests quietly in our pockets. Collectors from Europe, North America, Asia, and the Middle East have all shown intense interest in this coin, driving demand to unprecedented levels. What truly sets this coin apart is the convergence of factors that define ultimate rarity: historical timing, royal symbolism, minting anomalies, extreme scarcity, and immaculate condition. When all these elements come together in a single specimen, the result is not just a coin, but a masterpiece of numismatic history. Experts agree that coins like the Elizabeth II 2 pence 1980 are no longer just collectibles. They are investment assets. As traditional markets fluctuate, ultra-rare coins have proven their ability to retain and even increase value over time. Wealthy investors now compete with passionate collectors, pushing prices higher and higher. As awareness grows through channels like Ultra-Rare Coins History, more people are beginning to understand the hidden potential of everyday coinage. Each new discovery adds another chapter to the story, reinforcing the idea that rarity is often closer than we think. And now, we arrive at the moment that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. After years of research, private sales, expert authentication, and intense bidding wars, the most exceptional examples of the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence 1980 have reached a value that few could have imagined when the coin was first struck. The current estimated value of the rarest authenticated Elizabeth II 2 pence 1980 coin, featuring unique minting characteristics and preserved in near-perfect condition, has soared to an astonishing $46 million. Yes, $46 million for a coin that once represented just 2 pence. This staggering figure is not just about money, it represents history, rarity, and the magic of discovery. It proves that even the smallest pieces of metal can carry stories powerful enough to reshape lives and redefine value. So the next time you come across an old coin, take a closer look. Because as we've learned today on Ultra Rare Coins History, treasures don't always shine at first glance. Sometimes, they wait patiently to be discovered by those curious enough to look. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden story behind the Elizabeth II 2 pence 1980, stay tuned, because many more unbelievable coin legends are waiting to be revealed.